You are now tuned into Check This Out News. We connect the streets.
This is Ice Cube, representing live from the West Coast. Mike Johns, let's go. This is some of that exclusive shit.
All right, so on the line right now, we got the West Coast OG, man, Wack 100. Wack, what's good with you, bro?
Man, what's good, man? Just out here moving around on the Friday.
Making it happen, getting ready. I mean, there's a lot of things brewing on the West Coast, obviously. I know you no stranger to technology, social media, and everything else in between. There's been so much going on. Tell me this, Wack. I know you've been a part of some significant beefs. You've neutralized a lot of beefs. You got a lot of respect in the streets and in the music industry at the same time. So, with that said, Wack, let's talk about the current state of hip-hop, the digital technology such as music streaming, mobile apps, social media, hip-hop. How do you find that all intersects in 2018?
Well, really what it's doing is kind of like out with the old and in with the new. And I'm going to tell you why.
How, Sway?
Okay, like you got a lot of artists, let's say those artists from like maybe 2003 to current, to where they were still dropping albums, but a lot of their sales was physical. You know what I mean? 70% of their sales, they make you move 100,000 units the first week, but 70,000 of those was actually physical. Best Buy, a Target. So now with Best Buy not selling CDs and pretty much everything being 85% digital, a lot of those people are going to fall off. They're not going to be relevant no more.
Hey, irrelevant.
You know what I mean? So their catalog is going to stop right where it's at. And a lot of the new people going to come in and take over. Radio's going to be affected because now it's YouTube and the streaming platforms that's in the number 1 and 2 position before radio. You know what I mean? So that's going to be affected. It's kind of like, you got to keep up. I think a lot of the people that have been in the game, even artists, should probably put their focus towards grabbing that young talent and utilizing their relationship to help build that talent. If not, they're going to find themselves obsolete.
Now, do you agree that moving forward, music, saying it won't be about album sales at all, based on the things you just stated?
Definitely won't.
Okay.
It definitely won't. I mean, think about it, right? I think Drake's last album, I don't think he printed any physical. It was all streaming. It was all either digital downloads or streaming. So the same thing that CDs did to cassettes, the same thing that iTunes did to Tower Records. Remember when all the record companies, stores around the neighborhood started shutting down?
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, the same thing that iTunes did to Tower Records, record stores, is the same thing that streaming is now doing to CDs and iTunes. iTunes, I guarantee, is probably at a least minimum of 50% hit on a decrease, for sure.
Wow.
Think about it. You can spend $10 a month, right? $9.99, right? Every month. Okay, let's round it off to $10. That's $120 a year. And you can listen to all the music you want, old and new, including new release. Now, a CD costs us $12. That's only 10 CDs a year.
Yeah.
10 different artists. Versus spend your money and listen to unlimited, old and new.
And that's free quick maths.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So the business is curving that way. Now, it's going to hurt because at one point in time, 1 million digital downloads after iTunes got their cut represented $900,000.
That's a lot of money.
But now 1 million streams is $4,500.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's definitely, you got to really tour, brand. You got to create your own products to sell. It's about to get hard for the artists that have been around. The new artists is all gravy because they never touched the old money.
Truth. Tell me this. What, as far as mobile apps go, what's your favorite mobile app and why?
You know, I'm probably still a YouTube guy. I'm gonna tell you why, because I can pretty much just type the shit in and it pops up. You know, Spotify, you pretty much got to know what you're doing, how to do it. You know, my kids will take my phone and organize that for me. But YouTube, I can go to YouTube and just put in "Color Me Bad" and everything's gonna come up. You know what I'm saying? It's simple.
Yeah.
Whether it's the song, the video. So, you know, I'm an older dude. You know what I mean? I'm 40 plus. So, you know, when it comes to the technology, even on the smartphone, we ain't using half the phone.
Right.
You know, you know what I mean? But, and, you know, I'm going to be real. The sad part about it is that it's sending things into reverse. It's kind of like everything Suge Knight fought for, they giving away. Because, you know, Suge was a dude, whether people want to give him the credit or not, who turned 30 cents into 30%. It was one point in time, I'll never forget, my brother J-Ro, we was staying together when I paroled back in 1998. And one of his royalty checks came in, you know, for the alcoholics. So he's showing me the check, and I'm looking at this check. Well, I said, make this check make sense to me. So the check was it was some bullshit, but it was 20 cents.
What the hell did you
that
say?
all three group members were splitting up.
20 cents?
Literally, I mean, this is what this shit was back in the day. Suge is the one that came in and said, fuck that. Okay, we're going to have our independent labels, and we have these artists that you want, that the majors want. But if you want to do this deal with us, right, we need a 50-50 deal. So I can give the artist 20% or 30%.
You gonna learn today.
He was the one that did that. Yeah, he was the one that Death Row is the label that came and actually made that change. You know, and then Cash Money is the label that I got to give a salute to, because they're the ones that still standing out of No Limit, Death Row, Bad Boy. You know, out of all the labels, Bad Boy's still there, but they're not really doing no music. You know what I mean? Outside of French Montana, when he was with Puff, there's really nothing, no new music going on over there. Cash Money, Young Money is the one pretty much that you know, they holding the torch on far as being around from the early 90s and still current today.
True.
Death Row from there has folded. You know, they're just really a catalog company that's owned by E1. No Limit, you know, that's Master P, but there's nothing going on over there current. So, but, you know, even those contracts, you got to remember, they gave Stunner a $40 million check when he was 18 years old. You're not going to see a lot of that happen. Why? Because it's hard to get the money back. Like, if you come give an artist $3 million, right, and instead of making $7, $8 per record per album sold, you're seeing a fraction of a penny per stream. How do you recoup that money as a label?
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
Nah, not at all. So, you know, it's best that an artist, if he can get himself popping and put his shit up, that he stay in his own lane, just stay independent. He don't need nobody.
There you go. Let me ask you this: as far as social media is concerned, I mean, what do you enjoy the most about it, and what do you hate about social media?
Man, social media,
because you out there a lot, Wack. You out there.
You could be bored as fuck, right? You could be bored as fuck, and just create some excitement with nothing. And listen, in defense of myself, right? You know, people just send me shit. People send me the shit that they won't post. They're like, I don't even know these people. 80% of the shit I post, I get from somebody sending me, right? Because, you know, my page is reckless. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to post.
I don't give a fuck.
It was about you, not about you. I know you don't know. You did some weird shit. You did some weird shit. And then we just going to expose you. I mean, that's how I got to be. That's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Hey, look, it's going to come a day, right, where somebody going to say, hey, this happened to Wack. Hey, cool. You supposed to expose this shit. It is what it is. You know, you can't 1 minute play a role that you haven't earned. I mean, I'm going to definitely expose that because I earned all mine. You know what I mean? All mine. Like, you know, I got to give a shout out to the Crips for being responsible for these hands I got because shit, niggas was rat packing us every chance they got. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I was half the fighter I was before I started doing time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, so now you got these dudes who, you know, well, I don't call it gang banging, flagging. I call it flagging is a fag. They put on this red thing and they learn how to do a walk and throw some gang signs, and that's what it is until it gets real,
I've always found that interesting, Wack. What is
because
the deal with that?
Now.
So how does that work with cats in the industry?
Let me tell you how it works. Let's go back to where Crippin' was a fad. When Shamar Moore was doing the Crip walk, doing the fucking Soul Train. Remember that? Remember everybody was Crip walking and it was just a Crip thing? It's just flip-flop. I mean, as far as these artists is doing it, you know, they looking for street credibility. They know somebody, maybe a family member. 99.9% of the ones that come out representing it really don't come from it. They just got somebody around them that, you know, been stood in the gap and people got a little respect for.
Boy, I know that got to be a hard life once you're outside the camera now.
Yeah, I mean, see, it all depends. Like, see, some of these dudes get snatched up by vultures, and they gonna squeeze them. And you'll know these guys because 6 months to a year from now, even 6ix9ine. I saw a clip on 6ix9ine the other day, right?
Tekashi, right?
6ix9ine got the little kid, right? 6ix9ine got out the car, but he had 3 white securities with him. And for him too, he's realizing them other dudes ain't gonna get out of his motherfucking pockets. You understand what I'm saying? So how about I go to the label, convince the label to pay a security team, and then I just bring the guys around maybe backstage when I'm doing a show. Or let them come to the studio after I've been in there a couple hours. Oh, it's going to run out. Everybody did it. Game back in the day used to run around 50, 60 deep. Right? Eventually, it's not fun anymore because those artists, they got responsibilities, man. They got kids and family members they got to do themselves. And when you look up and you done ran through $2-3 million and you don't know where it went,
yeah, add up.
You're gonna ask us, yeah. You know, so you know what my artist is simple, man. Like we make money together. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody paying for no protection. Ain't nobody doing that. We make money together. You know what I mean? I bring the deal, they bring the deal. We put it on the table. We eat. You know, we eat what we kill. But a lot of these dudes out here, they ain't gonna last long because as soon as they tell the monster no, the monster gonna bite.
Now let me ask you this, Wack. What would your message be? Because a lot of young kids, they'll follow a 6ix9ine and a lot of other cats, they want to post guns and all this other reckless stuff that, you know, they really don't know nothing about. What would be your thought process, your message to them? Be
a fan of 6ix9ine as far as his music. Because I don't think nobody follows 6ix9ine because they think he's tough or they think he run New York or nothing like that. And, you know, my hat's off to 6ix9ine because he's good at what he does. See, everybody can say what they want. But, dude, look at his following. You know what I mean? His following is the reason why he's streaming so much. And whatever he's doing and whatever he's saying is attracting attention to people. Even though I can be in a barbershop, dudes are asking, what's up with this fuckboy dude 6ix9ine, right? And I'm like, well, shit, ain't nothing with him. He got you talking about him. How old are you? You understand what I'm saying? So whether the publicity is good or bad, right? They talking about it. Now, I will say this. The time going to come where he going to have to be held accountable. And that's when it's going to get bad. I tell all the kids, man, you know, listen to his music, rock off his music, you know, be a fan of 6ix9ine. But I wouldn't suggest you follow him. I wouldn't suggest you go put a bunch of tattoos on your face because at the end of the day, man, you know as grown, man, you got to live with that.
Yeah.
There's going to come a point in time where 6ix9ine wakes up and says, damn, what the fuck have I done to myself? I can have $100 million, but I can't correct this.
You done fucked up now.
You know what I mean? And when a person stops liking themselves, life really stops at that point.
We want to remind you to please like our Facebook page if you haven't already. When you join, you'll be able to receive weekly updated news and events, live video messages, and most importantly, you'll be able to interact with tons of people just like you. So go on that button on top of your Facebook page and give it a click, or interact with us on Instagram. Without each and every one of you, Tech This Out would not exist. We couldn't do it without you. Make sure to repost and share different things you see on our page. The more you share, the better. Be sure to watch previous shows on our YouTube channel, and please subscribe so that you can be notified when we post new content. We really want to connect and hear from you, so please don't hesitate to message us.
Man,
you know it like I know it.
That's an interesting. I want to make that turn on that comment right there. Do you think there's a correlation between the rise in suicide and social media?
Well, first of all, I have zero respect for suicide because let me tell you why. I see homeless people every day on the street. I see people with missing limbs. You know, I see people in prison that got 120 years who's told they'll never get out. You know, I see people out here that's fighting, you know, the war against lupus, you know what I mean? Things of that nature. And they still don't kill themselves. People out here that's starving. They rather stand at the end of the freeway and beg for a quarter to go get some food before they kill themselves. So a person that just says, you know what, I'm going to kill I think that's a very selfish person. Now, I do know that it's mental health issues out here. My mother suffers some mental health issues. But I'm not a supporter of suicide. Like, I won't even go to the funeral. It could be a family member. I'm not going to go to the funeral. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit out there in the crowd and say, this punk motherfucker didn't really kill himself. This motherfucker mom up here crying. Look at these little kids. You can spark these kids in this world. This coward mother. So instead of me sitting there being disrespectful with my mind and walking up on the casket and really wanting to hit this motherfucker in his mouth, right, I just don't go.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Social media, you can turn that on and you can turn that off. If a person's attacking you, you can unfollow that person or block that person. So, you know, social media it's just a tool to communicate with the world. That's all it is. And I don't take this shit personal, man. Like, people say all kind of wild shit to me. I don't know if this is Poindexter sitting in the middle of Tennessee talking crazy to me. But what I will do is say something back so vicious and so fucked up. They usually go somewhere else and they leave me alone till like 3 more posts. You know what I mean? But outside of that, man, use social media as a platform to generate income. Have fun with it. You know what I mean? You know, bring exposure to whatever it is that you're doing. But I would never take social media personal.
So let me ask you this, Wack. If you could make a mobile app, what would it be? What would it do?
If I could make a mobile app, I probably would make it'd probably be a mixture of it because I just was talking to Big U about this the other day because I got pulled over in Detroit. They called the drug dogs, all kind of shit out, right? I probably would make an app to where our people could submit an officer's name and badge number, and we have a team that took it from there and filed the necessary complaint with that department. Because what's going on, these officers do the shit that they do. These officers do the shit that they do, and they get away with it because it's no penalty for it. That's what I would probably do. It probably wouldn't have nothing to do with the industry. It probably have something to do with giving our people a lane or a hotline to be able to call and say, hey, man, this just happened to me. This officer, this badge number. So we can start building the case and building the file against these officers.
You're a goddamn genius.
That's probably what I would do.
I think that's a strong thought.
Yeah, that's what I would do. As far as anything else, it probably would be an information app. You know, because people ask me, like, where do I get a management contract from? You know, how do I start? How do I get into the commercial trucking industry? How do I get a loan? How does credit work? I would create apps like that. It wouldn't have nothing to do with music. It would have something to do with real life and educating our people as a whole and giving, because sometimes people don't know. I didn't know. People didn't file taxes in my house. My daddy was a drug dealer / dope fiend. My mom was on welfare. Nobody talked about buying a house. Our house was Section 8, $18 a month. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that once you get older, you get a job and you're like, okay, I got taxes. Okay, how does taxes work? Okay, I want to become a homeowner. People just don't know.
You ain't got the answers.
They don't
I
know.
seen you talking about, saying the trucking business, and obviously I know you're an entrepreneur. Are you up on the cryptocurrency game? Is that something you involved in?
That was a game. That was a game that slid by me because I was so consumed in doing these other things that I was doing, the things I've been building. It slid by me, so I didn't get into it. But I got a few of my brothers, like Stat Quo, they got into that thing real early and did real good. I still really don't understand it, but I do know you can access some of the money, not all of the money, but I think it's just setting us up for some crazy futuristic shit that's going to start going on.
Uh-oh.
Really.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, we're in a different time, Wack, and so there's obviously a different element in hip-hop. I mean, it could be society, but there's a lot more of the gay element in hip-hop. And now you have a lot of artists.
A lot of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or do you think, has that always been there, or do you think?
No, I think homosexuality has always been there. It just people wasn't just open. Now it's cool. It's kind of like, the straight couples are kind of like the motherfucking minority these days. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if you call a dude a fag or something, motherfuckers looking at you like, what's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, pretty much half the people I deal with in the industry that I got to take meetings with, a lot of them are gay. And to me, as a straight man, I don't have a problem doing business with somebody that's gay. Just as long as they don't approach me like I'm gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, as a man, you got to have some type of insecurity to say, I can't talk to a gay dude. I can't. But listen, this is a human being. As long as he ain't looking me up and down and acting
it's disrespecting you.
Me, yeah, I can care less what his sexual preference is because, that's just like wondering what a man is doing with his woman at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can care less. You know what I mean? So, but that's what it is. I mean, look at Clive Davis himself. He came out and said he's been gay since like the early 80s or some crazy shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
but that makes you wonder about some of the people that's under Clive.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? But hey, that's another story. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. What about like with these, a lot of the artists, what are your thoughts when you see artists wanting to wear dresses and things of that nature? Like how do you define that element? Because it seems like that's supposed to be, acceptable. Now for me, as a straight man.
It's been acceptable though. Mm-hmm. See, everybody, let me tell you what it is. Let me correct everybody. Hip hop was always associated with some. It's cool. Hip hop was already associated with some gangster shit, right? Now let's go way back. Fuck it, let's look at Prince. What was Prince attire like?
True.
This shit ain't new, right? Look at fucking Boy George. Yeah, just look at Boy George, Prince, Michael Jackson, right? So I think it's more of a fashion thing and a fad thing. For instance, Young Thug, right? People see Young Thug, he put on a dress, a hat, all this kind of crazy shit, right? Every time I see Young Thug, his woman is with him. So a person would say, well, because he wears this, is he gay? I don't know. I don't think he's gay because every time I see the man, he's with his woman, like every fucking time. In the studio, in the club, he's with his woman. Sometimes when people see that you talk about them when they do certain things, sometimes they use it as a promotional tool. But I mean, to each his own, man. Me personally, I'm not wearing skin tight jeans. Fucking 230 pounds. I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I just this pair of jeans with the rips in them. You know what I mean? Just got it. You know what I mean? Maybe because it's summertime. Maybe I'm on sweet. But each his own. Like even in school, bro. Think about it. It was always that for people. Whether it was the water all black, the black thing, and all.
Hey, Wack.
People that.
Hey, Wack, your phone going out, brother. Can you hear me?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now, bro. I hear you now, Wack.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's always a group of people that's going to dress different. And those that's dressed different, we're going to talk about them.
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
My son walk in the house with some crazy shit, he's getting the fuck out of my house. That was you asked me. I ain't fucking with that. But am I going to look down on those that do? Nah, it ain't going to happen. I ain't really got no opinion about it.
Got you. Understood. Now, I want to take you back to something we were talking about as it relates to the whole blood thing, and it's certainly gone. I would say at this point it's global, but it's certainly across the country. So when I see
Flagging. I call it flagging, not gang banging. Gang banging is the act of violence against another gang member. You know what I'm saying? Half these niggas ain't never had a fight in their life. You know what I'm saying? But I call it flagging. If they flagging, they represent it, cool. But like I'm going to tell you, when the gang banging start, for instance, Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown, he represents Fruitown Paru, right? He got some reputable cats with him, some solid cats with him that's really from Bompton like that, right? But here goes the fucked up part about it. You got a little Compton Crip sitting in Youth Authority, or he in the penitentiary. And he like, you know what? When I get out and I catch this fool, I'm going to smoke it. And look, he mean that because he want that strike. A motherfucker really go to jail and not have a problem with saying I'm doing 25 to life for killing Chris Brown. Right?
Yeah.
Straight up. See, now, this is the thing Chris got to worry about because he don't know these faces to know that this dude right here is the enemy of my neighborhood that I represent. You see what I'm saying? This is the things he got to worry about. This is when it gets fucked up and it gets a little tricky. You know what I'm saying? But they jumping on jets. They coming through backstage. They coming through the rooftop. They not really worrying about it. And it's a lot of them out here. But some of these niggas is serious about it. Now, y'all got to remember one thing, though. Always remember one thing. Them niggas is getting $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a show. So watch who you play with. Because they really got real niggas with them.
Got you. Do you think
that's the point? They got real niggas with them. That's going to go. Chris Brown got some real food towns with him. Real shit. Some G homies. Rick Ross do. You know what I mean? Cash Money. All the homies fucking with him is real. It's a lot of them that's real. That they gonna go. The artists ain't got to be the gangsters. They got gangsters with them though.
True. Do you think that the Bloods, or gangs can be unified into one organization at this stage of the game, and in terms of what it's evolved into?
I definitely, we've been working on that. Me, my brother Wack from West Side Paulo, Big U, Neighborhood 60s, Blue from Long Beach Insane, Carver T from Carver Park, Compton Crip. It's a host of us that have been working on that. You know what I mean? If you look at it in the last 10 years, it's been minimum gang violence when it comes to the music industry. You haven't heard about a fucking show getting shot up or the club Crips and Bloods going at it. You know what I'm saying? That's because the powers that be have sat down at the table and we figured out. So we've been working on that. You know what I mean? We probably about 2 to 3 years out from creating a major corporation that's just us. Now, we got to be careful with it because we got to look at what happened to the Black Panther Party. A motherfucker got to win, not win to lose. You know what I'm saying? So we got to come into this the right way, and which we have. Big U right now has developing options in the Crenshaw district, which he's pretty much helping minimize the gang violence in these areas. Blue has Long Beach, you know what I mean? So Carver T got Compton. Wacko from West Side, he got his side on the Paru side. So it's like, Team Frog got his from Cedar Block. So we working. You guys may not see it, but you recognize it in the things that's not happening. Man, social media lets us know where everybody's at. I mean, let's be real. Motherfucker, life only costs $1,500 right now. It's hard out here in the street. I think a life costs $1,500. That's it. So if niggas was out here really on that would be happening. But we're moving more towards solidifying and consolidating and rectifying the situation.
So let's talk about gangbanging in this age of Donald Trump with racism and everything else that we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? Black on black crime versus police brutality. What are your thoughts on all of that?
Police brutality, sometimes it's justifiable, sometimes it's not. I'm going to let everybody know. Everybody know what it is. You was taught this shit in grade school, man. Police pull up. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, you're a street nigga, you dirty, run. Take your chances. But if the police pull up and they ask you to get on the wall, it ain't about asking them why. It's a position, a person in a position of authority telling you to get on the wall, give him proper identification, let the man do his job. You get to talking crazy and running and scuffling with him, and your ass end up shot, then I'm going to tell you brought that on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Then you have the other shit that goes on. It always goes on. You know, they plant the guns on us, the dirty cops. That's going to go on anyway. But I'm going to tell my people, listen, man, at some point in time, you got to say, let me submit and not be a threat and see what that gets you. Because you already know what the other shit going to get you. Like, what's our man that was selling the CDs in front of the store, right? Yeah. They wrestled him on the ground. They killed him, right? Now, listen, this dude 200-300 pounds. You wrestling with the police. What the fuck you think gonna happen? Can't nothing good come from that.
This interview is so crazy. Part 2 is coming next. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss out. So say the dark secret. Signing out. Peace.
Check this out, America.
We connect the streets.